It does not get better than that and bigger than that. Welcome to it. Welcome to another live reporting event here at WPT and Shuffle Up Poker's King of the Stacks 2019. I'm Alex Cage.
Fabian Depper.
Good to have you back in studio, bud.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, Dapper, looking dapper as always. You've been playing a little bit as well.
A little bit is the right word. I played a very little bit on Monday.
All right, great. But you're obviously playing a tournament event as we speak, a free roll.
Yes.
All right, we're going to be catching up with Fabian about that. The first thing he said to me tonight, literally when we said hello to each other, was how crazy he just doubled up. And we'll talk about that and what's been going on downstairs in a little bit. In fact, let's catch up with our colleague Christine, who is downstairs with our high rollers. Check it out.
So all the players on the high roller are currently on a dinner break right now. Massive prize pool, 3.4 million. First place getting 1 million, and we're playing up all the way to 19 places. Couple of notable stats. Mariette Language is sitting on 1.1 million. Bozo is sitting on 700k. And Riyad Khan is on 770k. Average stack's about 340,000. So we should have accurate chip counts for you in the next couple minutes or so up on the website. So stay tuned. This is going to be a monster.
Thanks, Chris. We'll be catching up with you a little bit later on the floor later this evening.
Yeah.
High roller currently happening.
Yeah, exciting stuff.
It's huge.
I want to be playing it so bad.
I've been seeing some of the players, it obviously kicked off last night when we were playing the charity event. Seeing some of the players walking out of the main hall, out of the Theatre Marcellus last night, and the vibe is here. I mean, we saw some of the stats coming through. 99 uniques in the field. It's the biggest WPT high roller yet. It's massive.
It is.
33,000 Rand buy-in, and the guys have been going in.
Yeah, they have 160 entries total. So there's been quite a few re-entries and 3.4 million Rand in prizes up for grabs.
It's massive.
$1 million Rand up top.
What's kind of crazy is the fact that obviously we had over a million Rand up for grabs in the super high roller event, and now we see it obviously coming through with the high roller as well. Second place paying 660,000 and third place paying up to 390,000 Rand. So lots of money up for grabs, and these guys are coming out full guns blazing. I mean, we spoke to Bozo the other night. I bumped into him when he was coming back for dinner a little bit earlier, and the guys are excited. The energy's there.
Yeah, I mean, like, $1 million will do that to people.
And
these guys are not playing to lose.
Yeah.
Like they are here to win. They are super competitive. I know a lot of the guys that are playing out there, and they want to win. They want the high roller title. They want the $1 million.
From what you've seen, obviously there's a lot of guys now for this year's high roller event. How are you looking with how are you feeling about the techniques the guys are using? Do you think they're all coming a little bit more aggressive this year, or they're a bit more reserved because they all want to win it? How do you feel?
So this is quite an interesting thing about poker, actually, that you've touched on here. Is that the better players, because people will be reserved because of the money, will start becoming more aggressive.
Yeah.
So while people are scared, they don't want to lose their chips, they're thinking about the $1 million, they're thinking about the 660,000 Rand. The better players are coming in, taking advantage of that, and just bullying.
They are so hungry. And like I said, if you haven't seen the interview that we had with Bozo 2 nights ago, do yourself a favor, go check it out. So insightful, the catch-up that we had with him, and also how hungry he is to not just win the main event, which kicks off tomorrow night, of course, but also this high roller event.
I think Bozo might be the hungriest poker player in the country. He wants nothing else but to win. That's it. That's his entire... Once he sits down at that table, puts on his headphones, that's it. It's about, what do I do next to give myself the best opportunity to win?
And not taken away from any of the other players that you may be getting behind this year and potentially for next year. I also bumped into Lagan Zaki last night, and that was just after he kicked off with a high roller event. And we've been talking about the fact that he's got twins on the way, and he was saying last night that he's like, this might be the last time that I play poker for a while.
Yeah, I can imagine.
A couple of things are going to be changing, new family car and a bunch of other things, and new beautiful additions to his family. So congrats, Lagan, and we really do hope the tournament goes well for you. Let's talk about some of the notable chip stacks as we're sitting so far.
Yeah.
Antonio Alfia.
My boy Alfia, the best surname in all of history, bringing the fire again. I think he was chip leader in the super high rollers.
At some stage.
At some stage as well, sitting there with 1.1 million chips. Mariette Language with 1 million chips. I've played with her. Not a lot, but she's quite a solid player.
It's good to see the ladies representing. I mean, the top 5 notable chip stacks that we are talking about. Mariette coming through. Jared Solomon, no stranger to the chip stacks over the past couple of days, sitting at 900,000. And also a former leader on the super high roller, Michael Klachter, also coming through. Klacher rather, with 847,000. He's also got potential to come through.
Yeah, I love Klacher. good friend of mine, and I'm really rooting for him.
Yeah.
Because it'd be nice to see him take down a tournament, and he can.
He most certainly can. Yaku Storm also coming through with 718,000. Somebody that's also been, playing in the high roller events, and he's also been catching up with a lot of the other players is Gareth Duncan. Have you caught up with him on the floor?
I have caught up with Gareth, and he had this to say to me earlier. Actually,
check it out.
Hey guys, we're here with our very own Gareth, who is currently in the high rollers, which is a 33k buy-in, and he's going to tell us a bit about how it's been going.
Well, this is one of the most exciting tournaments of the series, and I can see why. The best of South Africa coming together. A lot of action on the tables. People are very aggressive. There's tight aggressive, there's loose aggressive. So you really need to bring your best game to read the players, read the play, and make the most of the situation. Just personally, I was up to 320. Unfortunately, the last session was a bad one, down to 190, but I'm still grinding. There's a lot of time left, a lot of poker to play, so we'll see how it goes.
So guys, the average stack at the moment is 190, so it's 260, so Gareth's 190
just under
is still very playable. One double up and he's way back in it.
Yeah.
So tell us what happened in the hand.
Well, I lost 60k with aces and 40k with kings. First time I got the flop, someone with the king and then turned king, so I lost out to trips. And with kings, I lost out to a flush, SI flush. So it's unfortunate, but keep grinding. I got there through good play. I just got to continue and be consistent.
All right, Gareth. Well, we're going to let you get back to that so that we don't miss 20 hands. Thank you for your time.
Right, so good luck to Gareth. We'll obviously be catching up with him a little bit later this evening, and hopefully he does well. Hopefully all the players. It's almost sad that there can only be one winner.
Only one.
But good luck to all the players, and just keep those hands coming. I mean, some of the hands that we have been seeing are quite special to see the least. I believe we've got another bust.
Yes, Kinesh just bust out in 67th place, I believe, from the high rollers. Kinesh, very notable high stakes player in the country. He was the only South African to play the Alpha 8, which was $100,000 buy-in tournament held by WPT.
That's massive.
So it was basically a field of all international pros and Kinesh, and he came second. He just,
that's
I mean,
huge.
notable names in there were Full Ivy.
Yeah.
That he outlasted and outplayed.
And that's incredible. And coming second in that got him a 3 million rand cash out, which is not too shabby to say the least. But well done, Kinesh, for getting this far. Right, so a couple of the hands that have come through. Let's get into some of the hand analysis. By the way, all these hands you can go and check out on the Shuffle Up Poker blog, which goes up there daily. So if you do want to get a bit of an idea of some of the action that is going on down on the floor behind us, as you can see right over there, you can go and check it all out. And if you are always wondering, our tree, our
mascot,
our friendly mascot tree is in the video. We can't forget him. I was waiting for our producers to put in. We should call him. We should give it a name. What's the tree from the Marvel comics? We'll put him in.
Groot.
Groot.
We should give him a people name, like Jonathan.
Jonathan, right?
I like Jonathan.
Jonathan the tree. All right, JT. All right, yeah, behind me. JT's with us as well. All right, let's stop messing around. Let's get into some of the hands that have happened over the past 24 hours. Huawei Sun, coming straight from Botswana. Thanks for coming and joining us. Flopped a flush, which is not a bad way to start the hand. Blind sitting at 1,500, 3,000 with 3,000 big blind ante. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so from what we can see here, Johan de Graaf limps in from mid position. As I've mentioned before, I have a huge aversion to limping.
It was funny because obviously playing the charity event last night, which we'll talk about in a couple of moments, watching how many guys were limping in, I was just thinking, Fabian would hate this.
So then Keegan Pillay makes it 9k on the button, and Huawei Sun calls from the big bind, and Johan calls as well. The flop is Ace, Jack, King, all diamonds. Now, this is an action flop. This is what we refer to as an action flop.
This is where now things immediately, everybody goes, oh boy, here it comes.
Because there are so many possibilities on this flop. There are, because of the raise pre-flop, you're expecting big cards to be in play. So there are 2 plays in play, there's straights in play, sets in play, flashes in play.
Yep.
It has everything going for it. So the action checks round completely. The turn is a 4 of clubs.
Let's talk about that action check-in around. Do you think, I mean, obviously, like you say, with a flop like that comes, you're expecting the guys to, you're hoping somebody would kind of show their hand, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
And everybody checks around. You're thinking, what's going on?
So there's a few possibilities there. It's either people are trapping.
Yeah.
People have, maybe there's an ace-10 or an ace-9 in the hand that's not quite sure where they stand because of the 3 diamonds and because of the straight options. And it could just be a cautious approach to a very, very, to a board with lots of possibilities.
Sure.
And the other thing is obviously someone could just have the biggest hand possible
Royal
and
flush.
is just check.
waiting
just
for somebody
someone
just to put in. Yeah.
Just a chip. Like,
Yeah.
So the turn comes a 4 of clubs, and Huawei San, who's in the big blind, bets out 14,000 into 30,000. So it's about a half pot bet, which is not my favorite sizing, but it's definitely quite standard to size that way.
Yeah.
Keegan calls, and the river is a king of hearts. So now this can be potentially an interesting card.
Absolutely, purely because of what the king's sitting there. If somebody's got a king, they're now triple down.
Yes, and it also so the pairing of the board allows for the full house option to come in now.
Of course.
So now a flop flush is no longer as strong as it might be, but it's still obviously incredibly strong hand. Huawei Sun bets 21,000. Keegan play calls.
I'd love to know if there was a snap call, if it was just,
if he tanked about it.
Yeah,
and
you know the thing, because that right there, whether he snap called or not, I think would have put Huawei Sun definitely on his back foot going, is the full house there?
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
So most full houses in this spot are probably raising, but yeah. So when we look at the end of the hand, what Huawei Sun shows, he has 6-4 of diamonds, which he did flop the flush. It's very low though, so if he was snap called, he was definitely worried about a bigger flush. And he takes down the pot with the flush. We don't know, unfortunately, what Keegan has. He might have had a king, maybe just a naked ace, hoping for the best. But Huawei Sun loves these little suited connectors.
Okay.
He plays them a lot. He enjoys playing them. It's part of his range, quite standardly.
It's quite interesting for me this year. And, now, consequently, after last night and watching some of the hands, a lot of guys are playing suited connectors. And the low suited connectors. They really are this year. And it, for me, that's kind of changing the game a little bit, where conventionally you've had guys only play picture cards and get involved. But now you have these little suited connectors coming through. Point in case of, where Huawei Sun has taken a massive pot with a flush on 4-6.
Yeah, so I like these little suited connectors as well. I like to try and play them in position if possible. I would have definitely defended 6-4 at the big blind. Well, it depends on my chip stack, on how many chips I've got. Obviously, if I've got 20 bigs, I'm probably going to let it go. But basically, anything from 25 big blinds up, I probably defend in that spot, especially when they're suited, because you can flop such great possibilities with them, especially like these little disconnectors with one in between. Flop many up and down draws, flush draws. Obviously, you just have to be careful on boards like that where there has been a raise, bigger flushes, full houses. So you must be willing to let go of it if it gets too heated.
Absolutely, and also stack size dependent. Let's talk about another player being knocked out a bit earlier on level 11, blinds 1,500 and 3,000. This is where Nick got knocked out. Let's talk about, you'd probably know better than me, Musketeer.
I don't know who that is.
All right, we'll find out. We'll get you back to that. But Musketeer knocking out Nick Warner. We're on that at the moment right now on finding out who that is. But let's talk about after many streets of betting, Nick Guyana moves all in with 10 of Queen. Okay, there we go. So the Musketeer, by the way, is an alias. All right. So a lot of these will be coming through. A lot of these aliases where some players, their wives don't know that they are here and they are in for 33,000 Rand. Their wives will know when they come home with a Gucci bag after winning one. What is the current pot? Just over R1 million for that first place in the high roller. So there we go. That's when the names will come out. Let's talk about it. Nick going all in fact, with 10 and Queen of Hearts.
Yeah, so it says after many streets of betting, Nick moves all in with Queen 10, having flopped top pair, flop 6, 3, 10, and turn 9
of spades.
9 of spades.
With that turn coming on 9 of spades after the flop, what are you looking for here? Are you looking for the straight draw?
So I don't know exactly how many streets of betting, so I can't really attest to that. I don't know if Queen 10 is meant to be shoving there, to be honest. I think, again, I don't have the positions. I don't have all the action. I'm thinking if I have Queen 10 in position and I'm being led into, I'd like to just flat call and let the person keep bluffing into me and use my hand as a bluff catcher, rather than try and value it, because I don't really want to be seeing. I don't want to be flipping my stack against the big draw. And as I can see down there, especially against ace queen of spades, there, I mean, maybe I can shove to try get ace queen of spades to fold, but it also depends again on my stack size. If I've got enough chips, then I can try protect. If not, then I'm just either calling off against the bluffer, or against the semi bluffer in this case, and seeing what's happening on the river, and probably letting go of the hand on the river when all the draws complete on the river, because as we know, the river was an ace of spades, which basically means everything gets there. It's the literal worst card in the deck. But I mean, obviously they were all in on the turn already, so it didn't matter. And Musketeer opens ace queen of spades.
High flush coming through.
Nut flush.
Can't even do anything.
Goodbye,
about
queen 10.
Yeah, so sorry about that, Nick. It would be interesting to see, and you know, these are the moments that I'd love to chat to the players. You know, like, what was he thinking during that moment that he shoved with the 10 queen of hearts? You know,
and it's also important, like maybe he was short stacked, and wanted to get it in to try double up. You know, but I mean, if this is a pot for 200 big blinds, then not so great.
Yeah.
Then rather wait for the river. You see the eight of spades, as I said, worst card in the deck for top pair. Literally everything gets there, all the straights get there, flush gets there, and then you can just let it go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And save your chips. If they're playing for 30 bigs,
and this is where, you know, players sometimes get either tired, fatigued, they're making silly mistakes. They're just thinking, okay, cool, let me take an opportunity to try double up, as you said, which we will get Fabian ironically doubling up on a 7-2 a bit later this evening. That laugh says it all, which is quite funny, but we'll talk about this, don't worry.
Yeah, we will.
So obviously Musketeer knocking out Nick a little bit earlier as well. Yeah. Just an update, another player has Evero busting out in 66th position a bit earlier, a couple of minutes ago. Let's talk about Eric Brand winning a huge pot and consequently knocking out Rohan Adam. Yeah. Let's talk about this hand.
Okay. So I've spoken about Eric Brand before. Super crusher. Only plays high stakes. Doesn't play anything else. So he comes in, plays a super high roller, plays the high roller, and sometimes he doesn't even stick around for the main. I think he will this time though, because of how good the turnouts have been. Yeah, and obviously another million up for grabs.
And thank you to everybody coming out and playing. And I know these videos are starting to go a bit more viral. To every single player who's coming out and supporting King of the Stacks 2019, thanks to WPT and Shuffle Up Poker, you are making the pots these size. So thank you very much to you.
Yeah. So let's
level
see.
10 blind sitting at 1,200, 2,400. The flop comes 9 of clubs, 4 of diamonds, and 3 of hearts.
So we don't have any of the pre-flop action from what I can tell here. So let's just go to that.
Eric Brand under the gun.
Eric Brand under the gun calls Rehan Adams all in.
It looks like Rehan probably shoved pre-flop, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Ermit pushes all in for over 100,000. Eric, after good thought, calls. Eric turns over pocket kings. And Rehan has... We don't know yet.
We're just going to scroll down there a little bit on the screen. There we go. Rehan shows 9-5. If we can just go back up to the flop there quickly, please. If we can have a look. There we go. 9-4-3.
So what I'm assuming happened here was that this is, again, I don't have all the information, but I'm assuming this is how the hand plays out, is that Eric opened under the gun pre-flop with his pocket kings. I don't see him limping. I think he may have the same strategy on limping as I do. Okay. I might be wrong, but that's what I'm assuming.
Well, the way that you've seen Eric play, by the looks of things.
I don't think he's limping pocket kings in UTG. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm going to assume that he got called out of one of the blinds with 9-5, probably 9-5 suited. It only makes sense. Like, it doesn't make sense for 9-5 to be calling from anywhere else except the big blind, really. And then... then top pair decided to shove.
Eric brings out the pocket kings
and Eric calls. And
Rian obviously knocked out of the high roller super stack, which obviously these things happen. And like you said, it'll be interesting to see why you know he's calling from a 9-5 position. Is he under the gun? You know, is he coming from the big blind? Where is he calling from that position? And it'll be interesting to see. We'll try to get more of that information up on the blog for you. So. Free roll. That's currently what's happening. These, by the way, all these hands and more you can find up on the Shuffle Up Poker website. Go and check out some of these hands. There are sometimes things that you can learn. And if you've got questions, maybe there's a hand that you see there that you're not too sure what's going on, drop it in the comment section on the Facebook page, please. And we could get back to you and let you know what's going on there. Free roll currently happening.
Yeah, so I caught up with a few guys earlier to chat about the free roll. Don't worry, we will get to my hand. We will get to it.
We have to get to Fabian's
hand. We will get to it.
He doubled up a 7-2. We'll get to that in a moment, but you caught up with some of the guys.
Yes, I caught up with some of the guys, and this is what they had to say earlier. I'm standing here with Daniel Solomon, younger brother to Jared Solomon, the Super Crusher. He's also currently in the free roll. Daniel, tell us a bit about how it's been going.
I've just basically on break now, and we're moving on to the end of the day. I came in with the normal stack. I haven't rebought. I've just taken an add-on. I mean, I've gotten very lucky a few times. I had pocket sixes, flopped a six, some have flopped a straight, rivet quads. So yeah, it's been going well for me, and it's been a good day. I'm sitting on about 90k, 100k, so it's a good stack.
I like how you just gloss over rivering quads there, like it just happens to you every day of your life. And then, are you playing any other events apart from the free roll?
I'm probably just going to play the free roll. If I land up winning the main event seat, I'll land up seeing Jared for half price. So just be a good brother. Yeah, but let's just how to play, have a good time.
So does your brother give you advice before you play in these events, or does he keep that all close to his chest, secrets?
So the main advice he's always given me, and the only advice he'll give me, is play tight and make sure when you got 10 bigs you shove. And that's the advice I've taken, and it's worked for me. I play tight, shove when I need to.
Well, if it comes from Jared, it's probably good advice. Anyway, Daniel, good luck with the free roll.
Thank you.
And if you do end up playing the main, good luck with that.
Thank you, Fabian.
Sweet.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
See behind me, the room is absolutely rammed. We have the high roller on the go, as well as the loyalty free roll. Day 1B is kicking off right now. Day 1A had about 65 players. Currently, we have 104 players in day 1B. Guys are rebuying fast and furious. They're going to give away loads and loads of seats tonight. So if you're keen to jump in, you can get in until the 3rd level after the break. Guys, it's chaos. It's fantastic. Oaks are having a great time. What more can I say? I'm about to jump in as well. Let's see if I can maybe win a seat to tomorrow's main event. But back to you guys in the studio.
Right, so there we go. Thanks so much to Chris. You can see me talking to the producers to get the rest of this evening's proceedings up on the screen. By the way, I've got to tell you a funny story about Chris. He was playing one of the events, I think 2 nights ago, and he had a bit of a rough event. Don't tell him I told you this. And I see him last night. So I'm like, how did it go? He's like, I lost my bank card. I'm like, maybe a good idea, bud. But yeah, thanks, Chris. Thanks. We'll catch up to him a little bit later. Okay, before we talk about last night's proceedings, tell us about the 7-2.
Right.
You obviously playing in the free roll at the moment.
Yeah,
what happened?
So it's a free roll. So I decided, okay, before the live stream starts, I'm not gonna buy in. I'm not gonna spend any money.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna see if I can double up before I have to come and do the live stream.
What's the worst that can happen? It's a free roll.
I lose free money. It's alright. So I decided I'm playing every hand. That's it. Like, I'm not folding anything. I don't care what the raise is. If there's no raise, by the time it gets to me, I'm raising. Doesn't matter what the cards are. So there's a raise. I think I was on the button at this point. There's a limp, raise to 600. Blinds are 100 at this point. So 6x is a massive raise. I call with 7-2 of spades.
Wow.
So 7-2 off, just for those who don't know, is the worst holding pre-flop in poker. It is literally the opposite of pocket aces. So 7-2 suited is not that much better, but it is a little bit better. Yeah. So I call, everyone else calls, the flop comes on 7-7-4. It was quite lovely. I enjoyed it. And then it went check, bet 600, call 600, and I went all in for 11,000, which is a massive overbet. Obviously, it makes no sense. Guys, please don't play poker the way I'm describing this poker hand.
It is a free roll. Keep that in mind.
This is terrible play. This is terrible. Initial razor folds, and the guy next to me thinks about it for a second, and then confidently calls me.
What did you have?
I show 7-2. He had pocket fives. He obviously thought I was pushing with a 4 or that I was bluffing. Yeah. And he was not impressed. And after all of that, I have to come up here and do hand analysis.
No, that is basically saying,
and be taken seriously.
I'm the king. Put it down on the table. I'll be right back. You just leave everybody there going, what just happened?
Yeah. I literally, after the hand, I got up and I came up here. My stack is down there now.
All right, so we'll have to catch up with Fabian a little bit later to see how that went down there. By the way, there are still, in fact, what is it? Today's Thursday. There is still another free roll, by the way. Or not a free roll, rather a satellite for the main event happening tomorrow, and that main event does kick off tomorrow as well. But well done, bud.
Thanks.
Doubling up on
7-2.
7-2. Incredible.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what happened last night. So it was super exciting. My first event for the tournament. It happened to be the charity satellite that happened yesterday. What a fun evening.
Yeah, I wasn't here, so you're gonna have to tell me all about it.
So it was great. Good to see so many players coming out. The total prize pool went up to 173,550. The good story behind all of this is that, great. You could win an amazing trophy. Besides that, also there was spots up for grabs in the main event, and of course that was what a lot of players were playing for. In fact, all of them, all of us. And there was, thanks to everybody that did come in and take part in the charity satellite, 15 main seats were made available, and I think that's just really special. Besides that, there was also money donated to charity, and we'll actually get some of the players up on screen, some of the players who came out on top and donating 28,000 Rand, 18,000 Rand to the SPCA. That was Theo Hunter, which is great, and also 10,000 Rand to the Hongning Chinese Age. So that was coming through from Nick. So well done to both of those players. Thanks, guys. There they are on screen at the moment. If you do see them, shake their hand, give them a high five. Well done to them. And then, like I said, 15 spots.
15. That's a lot of seats.
Yeah, so it's massive. A value of 12,000.
You guys must have had a lot of fun with rebuys last night.
You know what the crazy part was? Is that the guys were.
Yeah.
I'm going to come out and say it. I had 4 rebuys.
There we go.
I was not even playing games anymore, and I had an add-on. I was just I was just having fun. And the thing behind it was, of course, it was all going to charity. And once we had that final level come through, where there was obviously no more rebuys or add-ons, that's when the crunch time came, and that's when the guys were really buckling down, and you could see that then it was just almost this element of change of vibe in the room where guys were like, okay, now it's serious.
We had some fun.
We had a couple of tequilas, and then it became glasses on, headphones on, hoodie over. I played with a couple of guys on my table. It was great. Shout out to Adrian and Mark, and I think it was also I think one of the players that came through, if you could just scroll down there for a second, who was it? It was Tulani. I played with Tulani as well. He was also on my table, and he ended up going through. The guys that did go through, let me just quickly mention them from the top. Well done to Jabal Chetty, Jonathan Chetty, Theo Hunter, Nick Panagopoulos, Shadi Abrams, Imran Bojani, Scott Salo, Sashlin Reddy, Richard Butler, Ashley Hira, Bruno Pereira, Tulani Mkize, David Crooks, Gordon Pariachi, and Anthony Hanna. It was so much fun.
Yeah, and also in that list, there's quite a few names that I recognize that I've been playing with, so it's nice to see.
Notably so, who would you
so David Crooks, I've known for years. We've been playing poker together for years. Great guy. Gordon Padiachi, always, he might be the greatest satellite player in history, because I don't think he's ever not won satellite. Like, he's at least won one. Usually wins 2-3 seats into these events. So great for him. Anthony Hanna, also another good friend of mine. He actually won a satellite the night before as well in the Gladiator room. So he's got 2 seats now, which is also great. Wishing him the best of luck. Who else did we have at the top there that I reckon? Theo Hunter. Yep. Also great guy, great player. Like Theo a lot. Jabal Chetty, play with him quite a bit. Also guy to watch out for. I'm not going to give a strategy away, but just guy to watch out for. Okay, fair enough. No, and shout out again to all these guys. Good luck to them for the main event, which of course kicks off tomorrow night. And shout out to Shuffler Poker, WPT, and of course all the other partners, Emperor's Palace, World Sports Betting, for helping put these events together, and the celebrities that did come through last night and played with us. Hopefully we can do it again in March. If not, I know it always happens in October, where we get to do these charity events. And it's a lot of fun. Guys need to come out and have fun at the same time. I've played 1 or 2 of them before, and charity poker is always great because you just go nuts during the rebuy period. You just say, okay, I have this many rebuys available to me. I'm going to play whatever I want, whenever I want, because most of what I'm spending is going to charity. Yeah. So you feel good about yourself. You have fun. A couple of tequilas is not usually it's not usually my experience at these charity games. It's usually a couple more than a couple. But so people are just always having a great time. And I'm glad that we managed to raise some money for some good causes.
It'll be interesting to see. I'm still trying to find out the guy's name, but I got knocked out by pocket aces, and I had a pair of 3s. And I've been saying to everybody, the guy looked like Charlie Sheen. I'm still not sure who he was. I don't recognize any of the names there that he may be, but we'll find out who he is, and I'll try and find a picture of him, show you who he is. And well done to him for knocking me out last night. Yeah. I said to the team, obviously, doing the radio show alongside this, it's amazing to see how tired your mind gets. Later in the evening. As rested as you may think, it's amazing to see the stamina of these players down on the floor, especially during the high roller events. Just a quick update before we say goodbye. Mark Habib just bust out of the high roller.
Unfortunate. He's
these
not
things
going to
happen.
he's not going to be making the million. But you know, like the way to understand tournament poker is the most likely outcome of you entering a tournament is you losing the money that you enter the tournament with.
Yeah.
That is because, as you can see, like in this event here, we had 99 unique entrants. Only 13 of them are getting paid. That's it. That's all that there is. 86 are not.
Yep.
End. That's it.
It's
So-
a hardcore reality, but
Yeah.
that's the name of the game, and that's what you're playing for.
It is. So unlucky, Mark Habib. 57 players left now.
Yep.
So getting closer to those 13 spots.
Getting super exciting to say the least.
Yeah.
Listen, that's it from us. It's short and sweet episode this evening. It's been incredible to have you with us. We're getting an update now as well. Jesse Rossen also out in 57th
57th.
place. So
And also, just one
Quite
thing we
exciting.
do want to remind our viewers about
Yes.
is the 2020. That's the March main
Yep.
event competition. You can enter that by guessing who's gonna win this year's main event.
it's as simple as that. If you want to
Yeah.
win a seat to the value of 15,000 Rand in a guaranteed 5 million Rand main event next year, just picture that for a moment. 3 people are going to be walking away brand new millionaires.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. It's the biggest guarantee that they've put up.
That's huge.
It's a 10 million guaranteed series and a 5 million guaranteed tournament, and that is a hefty guarantee, guys.
So if you want to win it,
Yeah.
if you want, well, let me say it this way: if you want to win a seat to win it, you still got to do some heavy grafting during the main
Yeah.
event. Go to shufflerpoker.com. Tell us who you think is going to win this year's King of the Stacks main event.
yeah, and that competition closes at 8 p.m. tomorrow night.
All right, so there we go. You got quite a bit of time. You got just under 24 hours to go. The high roller is still going. If you want to see all the updates, you can go onto shufflerpoker.com. You can find the blog up there. Do you think it'll end tonight? I highly doubt it. It'll probably go on today. It'll probably go on to day 3.
Yeah, it almost certainly will.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still 57 players left. It's already 10 past 9.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll definitely go on to day 3. But if you want to keep updated and you want to see who's going to be making it to the top, you can always follow it up on the blog. You're going to go
Absolutely.
win with 7-2 again?
I'm going to try my best. That's for sure.
Fabian's going to go down there. Big shout out to Chris Azzel from myself, Alex Cage. We will see you tomorrow night. Actually, before you go, there's a a poll up on the Facebook page right now. Do you think Fabian can make it to the final table, or do you think he's going to bust with his 7-2 techniques? I don't know. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
All right. Have yourself a good evening. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.